Hello, let's go ahead and get clear, shall we? Go ahead and start with your legs wide. L's in your hip creases here. Inhale, exhale, bend your right ankle, the right knee will follow, and straighten, inhale. Exhale, bend your left, and inhale, straighten. So exhale, bend the right ankle, the right knee will follow. You'll also get a softening in your right hip. Inhale, and then exhale, bend your left ankle, soften the top of the foot, left knee will follow, so will the hip. And now go ahead and bend your right ankle, take the body directly forward, not over the leg, but directly between your pubic bones. Inhale up, and then exhale, bend your left ankle, body comes straight forward. Repeat that a couple more times. So exhale, crease forward, flat back, inhale up. You don't have to go as far as me. You can go further than me or not as far. It's up to you. Take wherever your body is this time of the day. Do a couple more rounds here. Opening the inner thighs, sensing that center line of the pubic bone. And then exhale. So as I go down, I'm putting my body right in that middle of my pubic bone and back up. So I'm really tracing that pubic bone, hip bone region as I move forward and up. Bring back to center. Here's my pubic bone, keeping that my head right in line with my pubis, and back up. We'll do that one more time per side, just in case, to trace that center line again. Really finding center line for clarity. Good. And then come back, take your feet together, take a moment and stand and feel. And from here, take one hand on some fingers on your right hip bone, fingers on your left hip bone, and just feel your hip bones here. Find whatever place it feels bony to you, like bone. And then just have a sense of moving the bones towards each other in the front. So just feel like almost a little just gentle compression of my hip bones moving towards each other. Taking my hands down to my pubis, and then feeling the sense of moving everything from my hip bones to my pubis into that center line, hands into Anjali mudra. Inhale up, and then exhale, take it down, the hip bones, pubis, Anjali mudra to the heart. Inhale, open wide. Exhale, hip bones, pubis, Anjali mudra, hands to the heart. Inhale, open wide. Exhale, hip bone, pubis, Anjali mudra, heart. Now we're going to add the body. Inhale, arms open wide. Hip bone, pubis. As I go to Anjali mudra, I'm going to take my forward fold. And then, so I'm basically done. I'll forward fold. And then I bring it up into the heart. Inhale, open. Exhale, hip bones, pubis. As I fold in, I'm feeling that center line between my legs as my spine as well. That center line from the pubic bone comes up to my heart. Inhale, open the arms. Exhale, hip bones, pubis, fold forward. Now this time, drop the arms down between your legs, and then inhale, open the arms wide as you bring the body up. Exhale, hip bones, pubis, drop it down between the feet. Inhale, open, bring it on up, heart to center. Take a moment and feel. Go ahead and now drop your hands down through that center line all the way down. And then inhale, bend the legs, take it up through chair, all the way up. Hands through Anjali mudra, through the heart into prayer. Release it down, all the way. Bend the legs, bring it on up through chair. So I'm really just allowing myself to cascade through these different variations as I play with center line. We'll take one more, and you can take any variation you want. You can bend your knees, not bend your knees. But scooping the hands in prayer pose, prayer mudra, Anjali mudra through that center line. And now just stay with the hands to the heart, thumb gently contacting your breastbone. So that sense of center in the center of your chest. From here, take the hands over the heart, over the tops of your breasts or chest, down the back into your tailbone and sacrum. From here, release down, come up through the pubic bone, up over the breasts or chest, down the back, down the sacrum. So I'm coming across my buttocks, across the fronts of my thighs, up through my pubic region, up over the chest, down the back. So I'm going up the front and down the back with that center line as my orienting structure. Do that a couple more times. And this come up the front, down the back, all the way down the backs of the legs. Now inhale up the fronts of the legs, inner thighs, over the chest, down the backs of the legs, come across the inner arches, up the insides of the legs. And we'll just repeat that a few more times. Feel free to bend your knees. You can take it rapidly. It's nice to do this about 9 times total. Really feel that full connection with that idea of center line, brushing up the front, down the back. I'm going to do one more. I've lost count because I was talking for the first 3 or 4. And once you're done, keep the arms out, open, feel that chest open. Bring the hands together into the center. And then release down. Take a moment, feel. Right foot forward, left foot back. Let's take just a few. Inhale, reverse warrior. Again, feeling my center line bend. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, side angle. Again, feeling my orientation of my pubic bone and my heart and my head in that center. Inhale, back up. So I'm feeling that head, heart, pubis, head, heart, pubis align right up on top of each other. And they're still stacking. They just have a different orientation. So just continue to feel that trinity of head, heart, and pelvic region, pubic bone specifically, as you move in and out of side angle, warrior 2, reverse warrior. Inhaling as you move away from center, exhaling back into center. Take one more round here with that idea of feeling that connect, that lightness in the third eye, that generosity of heart, and that stability in the pubic region. Stay now in side angle pose. Inhale 6, exhale 6. You can take it lower if you like, or rest your forearm onto your thigh. Letting that breath trace that center line, pubic bone, heart, head, heart, pubic bone. And now, if you like, go as you're inhaling, move it up the front to the head, and then exhale down the back to the tailbone. Up from pubic bone, heart, third eye at the forehead, over the top of the head, going down the back of the skull, back of the neck, between the shoulder blades into the tailbone. One more round of breath here. And then inhale up the front to bring you into warrior 2. Exhale down the back to root yourself, lengthen the spine even more, and then release with breath. Stand, close eyes, and feel. Bring your feet together. Take a moment and just notice. Is there a sense of freedom with a different kind of connection? What is your relationship towards center line? Okay. Have some fun in the body. Let's take the other side. So rotating the left foot out, right foot in. Bend your front leg. Inhale. Again, feeling that pubic bone, heart, head. Exhale to warrior 2. Inhale, side angle bone, pubic bone, heart, head. Exhale, warrior two. Now feel free to continue with that up the front, pubic bone, heart, head. To reverse warrior, down the back, head, back of the heart, tailbone. Into warrior two, inhale, up the front, pubic bone, heart, head. Back to warrior two, exhale, down, head, between the shoulder blades, tailbone. Repeat this up the front, down the back, with that center line orientation. As your awareness passes through those transformational points of head, heart, and pubic bone or tailbone, depending on which side you're coming from, you can feel a ping of light, perhaps, a string of lights, a string of pearls, if you will. Ping, 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 whatever your rhythm is. And the next time you end up into side angle pose, go ahead and stay there now. Inhale up the front, those 3 points. Exhale down the back. Feeling a little ping of light in each locus, location. Cover the pelvic floor, the pelvis, heart, and third eye are all major centers of transformation, major channels to create more clarity, connection, communication. Inhale, coming on up the front. Exhale down the back. Feel that sense of space, of place, and then walk your feet together. Stand, close eyes, take a moment and feel. Great. Go ahead and take your right foot forward, left foot back. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands come back through Anjali mudra as you take the body forward, flat back. Inhale, arms down by your sides. Swoops you up to warrior one. Exhale, hands come through Anjali mudra, all the way tracing that center line, and then back behind like little tail feathers. And then inhale, up. Anjali mudra, hands to the heart, hands in prayer pose all the way down, moving through the pelvic floor into little tail feathers, shaking a tail feather. My hands are jazz hands. Inhale, bring it back up. Again, hands and heart in prayer position, all the way to tail feathers. We'll do one more coming on up. Inhale. This time, keep the hands to the heart. Stay there, pour the weight onto that front leg. Pick the back leg up. Even though your hands is still at the heart in prayer, can you feel those tail feathers psychically shaking down by your hips? If you want to, release the arms down by your hips and shake the tail feathers. Woohoo! From there, arms can be shaking those tail feathers out to the side. Feel that connection between hands and heart. Release your right hand down to the floor or a block. Straighten that standing leg and open it up into half moon pose. Feeling that connection from hand on the floor to heart in the middle to other hand in the air. As you're still feeling that connection between tailbone, heart, and head, basically making the symbol of the cross here. And the cross is a huge, powerful symbol in many traditions. It's also got that feeling of connection between heaven and earth. As I combine my heaven and my earth. And then exhale, hands to the mat. Rotate that leg into a standing split if you like. Feel free to bend that top leg. If you want to, grab that back leg with your hand. For those of you that feel like, yeah, no way am I going to do that, you can just keep your leg up or put it back down onto the ground and take a stretch here. Your hands may be on blocks here or even on a wall or a chair. regardless of your position here, being aware of that connection between pubic bone, heart, and third eye. Release if you are in that position of holding the back leg. And then release your leg down behind you now to the lunge. So I've got my tailbone between the shoulder blades, back of the head. As I exhale, then up the front, inhale, and then exhale down the back. As if my hands were doing that mudra, and then all the way shaking to the tail feathers. Can you just feel an egg, drawing an egg around you of energy, up the front, down the back. Inhale 6, exhale 6, 1-to-1 breath ratio. Whatever your number is, I'm just calling 6 and 6. It might be 3 and 3, 4 and 4, 12 and 12. As you breathe into that pubic bone, tailbone region, you're feeling that sense of center line very clearly in those pelvic halves. One more breath. Inhale up the front now. And as you exhale down the back, hands to the mat, you can step back into downward facing dog pose or all fours, depending on your body. And then stay here. Inhale up the front. Exhale down the back. Up the front, meaning pubic bone, heart, third eye. Exhale down the back, meaning over the top of the skull, back of the skull, between the shoulder blades, tailbone. Inhale. Next, so walk your hands back to your feet or your feet back to your hands for Uttanasana, forward fold. Legs may be bent. And coming to standing however you like, whether you're going to bend your legs and come up through chair pose, roll up, bounce up, whatever you're going to do here. But allow that sense of zipping, feeling that center line being that which inspires verticality. Take a moment and feel. And then feel free to take a little walk around and notice, look around, actually use your vision and look around and see, how am I seeing now? Where are my eyes? Are my eyes moving forward in my head? Are they in the back of my head? Are they in the center of my head? Am I leading with my eyes, my brain, my chin, my heart, my pelvis? I'm going to stay in camera here, but feel free to take a bigger walk depending on where you are in your surroundings. And then come back to your mat and take a moment and just notice, is your perception different than it was? More confusion, more clarity, something else. Left leg forward, right leg back. Inhale, sweep the arms up. And then exhale through center line, down, and then arms release back to shake those tail feathers. Inhale, up, and then exhale, hands in anjali mudra, prayer pose, all the way down through the heart, past the pubic bone, down by your hand, by your hips, shaking the tail feathers. Inhale, arms sweep out to the side, looking up to warrior one. Through center line, moving it down, whoops, flat back. Taking a couple more rounds here. You can move slowly or quickly here. It can be kind of fun to move fast. I'll demonstrate a couple fast ones. So when you're practicing this, again, because these are fun to repeat, feel free to take different tempos. You don't have to pick the one I'm doing today, because this is just a moment in time for me as well. And go ahead and take your hands to prayer. Keep them at the heart. Pour the weight onto that front leg. Back leg comes off the floor, if possible. If not, leave it on the floor. You can take your arms back down, shaking those tail feathers. Even if your hands are still at the heart in prayer, you can be mentally shaking tail feathers. Arms can come out to the side. Release your left hand to the floor or a block. As you inhale, lift the right arm up to the sky, feeling that connection between the floor and the sky, between heaven and earth. And then you've got that horizontal connection between head and tail and pubis. And both lines meet at the heart. So the place where we connect heaven and earth in this model of the cross is the heart. The place where we blend heaven, we blend earth. There's an equanimity, where heaven and earth meet. So they're the same. There's no greater than or less than in the heart. Release your hand down to the ground, standing split if you like. Of course, you can take it back to the lunge. Anything you like to do here that's going to work for your body, or deeper stretch in your quadricep. Bend your right leg with the one that's in the air. Hold the right foot with your left hand. And whatever position you're in, that idea, that tracing of the inhale up the front, exhale down the back through that center line. And then release the leg back. Take it back behind you. Now everyone can get to the lunge here. And now, we could do the arms here, or just imagine the fullness as we take it with the breath up the front, down the back, creating that egg, that charged pranic field of energy, of resilience, of love, non-judgment, of lightness, whatever it is you are seeking more of. Let that be in your egg, the egg of you. Inhale 6, exhale 6, up the front, down the back. My hands are on my front thigh. You can do if you can do other things with your hands, heart in prayer, behind you in reverse prayer. One more breath here. And then your next exhale, release hands to the mat, stepping back to down dog or all fours as we continue to inhale up the front, exhale down the back. From here, inhale, right leg can go up into three-legged dog if you like. Play around a bit. Explore. And then bring your right leg through on inhale. Use your hand to help you if you like. As I'll take that leg out into a pigeon pose. So feel free to rest your whole hip on the ground, whatever version of pigeon is working for you. The idea is we're still maintaining that connection with the pubic bone, heart, forehead, back of the head, between the shoulder blades, tailbone. As we take pigeon up the front, exhale down the back. I was squirming around so much, I got a little bit of a cramp because I don't squirm that much when I don't practice in front of camera, explaining as I go. Which is not to say I don't get cramps. I do get cramps on my own, but that one was definitely a result of moving quickly and my nervous system being a little bit more active than I might be in this practice. And I will calm it down here so we can move into that mind of that center line together. Inhale up the front, exhale down the back, and you may feel that tailbone extending all the way down that left leg. So when you inhale up the front, it might actually be coming from the left toes up the inner thigh. Exhale down all the way. Reminding you that the ping, 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 and all those three transformational centers can be a lovely, lovely way to play here. So one more full breath. When you're done, hands to the mat, inhale, and then exhale back into down dog or all fours. And take your left leg up. If you're on all fours, you can take that left leg up on fours and play around here. If you're in down dog, playing anywhere up here. And then eventually bringing your leg through to the lunge on inhale. Find that center line in the pubic bone, tailbone, heart, third eye, and then rotate left leg out into pigeon. Inhale up the front, exhale down the back. 1-to-1 breath ratio. I suggested 6 in, 6 out, but of course you will find the count of your dreams. And if you choose, you don't like to use numbers, you can use affirmations, words of inspiration. Like equanimity, 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 equanimity. I am that I am. 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 Whatever else is serving you at this time. And breath may go all the way past your tailbone to your foot and move from the foot up to the top of the head as well. One more full breath on your own. When you're done with that full breath, inhale, coming on up. Exhale, sliding back to down dog or fours. A few more breaths in that whatever position you're in. And if you are on fours, inhale, slide your right foot forward, cross it over. Actually, slide your right foot forward, and then sit back onto your left, so your right knee is up. If you're coming from down dog, and take that right leg forward and do the same, basically the same thing. So we're getting ourselves into ardha chandrasana. Ardha matsyedrasana. We did ardha chandrasana already. You already did the half moon, and now we're doing half Lord of the Fishes. So inhale the left arm up, exhale, wrap it around your right knee, which is up, spiraling that center line. Inhale up the front, exhale down the back. Pubic bone, heart, third eye. Exhale over the top, back of the head, between the shoulder blades into the tailbone. Inhale 6, exhale 6. From there, inhale, full breath. Keep the body in the twist, and exhale, bring your face around to where your front knee is. Now that energy, that prana, focus itself into the third eye. One more breath. Exhale, and then inhale, release the twist. Allow the knees to stack one on top of each other now. Your right knee is on top. Your left elbow will be on top for eagle arms. Inhale up the front, exhale down the back. Aware that your hands are moving towards prayer pose. Feel that sense of center line with the cross of the legs, the spiraling and the crossing of the legs, and the crossing and spiraling of the arms. To support that clarity, the resilience, the mobility, and the spiraling of your center line. So now in this position, feel free to allow your upper body to do some little circles. Get a little bit bigger if you want to, can reverse. Just playing with the resiliency of the spine, resiliency of your center, just a little bit. So if you're already kind of out there in the whoo land, smaller might be better. If you're not feeling like you want to mess with what's going on, then don't be moving. But there's days where your physical body will appreciate a little bit of spiraling through the fascia here and the ligaments to come to, and then to be more comfortable and to be more present and juicy in the stillness. One more breath. Exhale, release the arms down, take the hands back behind you, fingertips pointing in towards the buttocks, and now open the collarbones. Pubic bone, heart, third eye. Exhale to the front, exhale down the back to the tail. Inhale up. Slowly undo the legs. Walk your hands forward. You can stay into fours or curl it back up into down dog. Couple breaths. And then inhale, bring your left knee through. Tuck your right leg down. Sit back down on the ground. Left leg is over. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, ardha matsyedrasana, half lord of the fishes. Inhale, up the front. Exhale, down the back. Can you allow your attention to make the center line the loudest voice in the room? Or give it space to speak. If there's things that are louder, like hips or shoulders or knees, can you allow those others to have their time at the table, but give voice to center line right now? Your next inhale, feel that breath, and exhale, let your head move go over where we'd be gazing over your top knee, allowing that energy to focus and brighten. Concentrate in the third eye. Still up the front, exhale down the back. Next in, full breath. Complete your complete inhale, complete your complete exhale, and then on inhale, release the twist. Stack the knees one on top of the other. Left knee is on top, so right arm will be on top for eagle arms. Inhale up the front, exhale down the back. Feel that sense of center line now. Feel free if you'd like to do any more little explorations. You may not need to do it on the second side. You might just be there. One more complete breath. After you've exhaled, go ahead and release your arms down. Hands back behind, fingertips pointing in. Inhale up the front, exhale down the back. You open your collarbones. And inhale up. Undo the legs. Feet out in front. Fingertips back behind. We're going to do pursvottanasa. So inhale, and then exhale through that center line. Toes moving down, up the inner ankles, inner knees, inner thighs, pubic bone, heart, third eye. If that's too intense, you can bend your legs and do it with feet flat on the floor. So either version, depending on what's going on in your body. But the idea here is to really find that sense of center line. The one that's moving right up and down, up the front and down the back as support. And then come back down. Knees in, feet off the floor. Little navasana. You can either have your knees bent or straight. Again, it's all about center line here. Open the arms. Exhale, bring the hands together. Inhale, open the arms. Exhale, together. Hands to the heart in prayer. Inhale, open the arms. Exhale, hands to the heart in prayer. And then let's go ahead and come back down to the ground. Arms over the head in reverse lock. I'm going to change my facing. Extend through the legs. Inhale and then exhale all the air out. Draw the abdomen up. As you draw the abdomen up, feeling that empty lake bed in the torso and that clarity of that center line now. From your inner heels, inner ankles, knees, inner thighs, pubic bone, between your hip bones, between your shoulder blades, midbrain, top of the head, hands, and release the arms down. If you're ready for Shavasana, stay there. If it would be great for your body to do some dynamic, just gentle dynamic twists, whatever kind of, anything else you need to do for your body here. If you are wanting a longer practice, this would be a great time to do an inversion, like either legs up the wall as a gentle inversion or a supported shoulder stand or a headstand. Go right ahead. Otherwise, find yourself eventually in Shavasana. And if you are doing an inversion now, I suggest pausing the recording and then turning it back on when you're done with your inversion. Allowing your breath awareness to be in your inner arches, the arches of your feet and your ankles, your inner ankles. Feeling points of light in your arch and your inner ankle. Now points of light breathing into your inner knees, between your inner knees. Now points of light, one on each side of your pubic symphysis. So 2 points of light at the pubic bone. Moving over to your hip bones, a point of light on your right hip bone, a point of light on your left hip bone. Moving those 2 points of light behind you into your sacrum. And moving those 2 points of light into your tailbone. And moving those 2 points of light into your inner thighs. your outer thighs, your outer knees, your outer ankles, out the sides of your feet, back to your arches. Repeat that up the center line and down the outsides of the legs. And just feel now that those two orbs of light that are your legs. Just let that rest. Bring your awareness to your pubic bone, your belly button, right underneath your ribs, your breastbone, that space between your collarbones, splitting into 2 points of light, tracing each collarbone out to the edges of your shoulders, diagonally down to the points of each shoulder blade. Moving down into your tail, coming up the pubic bone, up the center, going across the collarbones, down the shoulder blades, and diagonally massaging all those organs like your kidneys, sacrum, until it gets back to your tail. Feeling now the orb going up the front and down the back. The orb of your torso. The next time you get to the heart, just rest the light there. And then move, it splits into 2 points of light. Moving to your collarbones again. This time moving down into your inner elbows, your thumbs, index fingers, middle fingers, tips of the ring fingers, tips of the pinky, up the outside of your hand to your outer wrist, elbow, back of your arms, circling down the front and up the back of your arms. So now you've got your 2 arm orbs going. Almost like we've got little chakras, little wheels, leg, leg, torso, arm, arm. And release that. Just feel those 5 orbs. And now just allow your breath to move from the tip of your nose to the top of your head. And from the top of your head to the tip of your nose. basking in the clarity of your center line, the clarity of your prana, the clarity of you. And when you're ready, take a deep breath in and release. You can gently wiggle fingers and toes a little bit. Roll head side to side, moving through center line. Anything you'd like to do with your body, luxuriously, please. Taking as much time as you like. Eventually rolling onto one of your sides into a loose fetal position. Just observing your center line in this orientation as well. And eventually pushing yourself up gently to your comfortable seated position before you get up and move about the planet. Hands to the heart in prayer. And as you bring your hands to the heart in prayer, from this moment on, this action will be a centering one. We want to remind you of that center line, the equanimity that is you, that you carry with you now and for all of eternity. Well, that's pretty big, all of eternity, but at least now. It's my honor and my privilege to spend time with you. Namaste. Center line, all of eternity. You choose.